and welcome to Xbox On. Now, I've been playing a ton of Prey over the weekend, the new sci-fi survival shooter from the wizards who made the Dishonored games. And let me tell you, it can be bloody tough in those first few hours. You are underpowered and against some deadly enemies. So I've put together 7 tips to help you get ahead in the early hours of the game. I'll be recommending some upgrades, telling you where to find better weapons, and have the location of 22 Neuromods that you can find in the first 2 hours. So let's get cracking. It's very easy to debate what the best use of your first Neuromod upgrade should be. Some will favour hacking to gain access to more doors, some will suggest repair so you can fix parts of your ship that will help you. We actually recommend going for Leverage Level 1, the ability to lift heavy objects. We like this one because it actually means you can move even heavier objects too. A quirk of the game's physics means that throwing a Level 1 leverage object can move Level 2 and Level 3 objects. Take this giant box covering this vent door. Normally you'd need Level 3 leverage to move it, costing a further 10 Neuromod upgrades. But if you pick up this nearby Level 1 crate and keep throwing it at the larger object, you'll eventually nudge it out of the way. It can take several hits from different angles to work, but it means gaining access to areas that should be locked off until later in the game. Another good example comes just as you enter the lobby. The door to human resources is blockaded with junk, but throwing this Level 1 bench at the wall will see it tumble down and let you explore. About 10 hours into the game and we're yet to find a Level 3 object we couldn't remove by throwing a Level 1 weight at it. Best Neuromod point we've ever spent. Hopefully you'll agree. Morgan U is pretty handy with a wrench, and this will help you smash through smaller enemies, but you really need to upgrade your arsenal as soon as possible. You pick up the glue gun in the course of exploring the tutorial area, but after this, things get a little bit better hidden. In the area where you pick up the glue gun, head up the ramp on the left and use your new toy to lay a platform on the wall. This will let you reach the 2nd floor. If you make your way round the balcony up here, you'll find a dead guard with a disruptor stun gun. We've got some top tips for this later in the video. Next up, when you reach the lobby, you'll want to head to the door on the back wall of the 1st floor that says security. If you climb on the pipes in this corridor, you can access the security room without finding the access card. Your prize for being a sneaky devil is the shotgun found on the security chief's desk. Of course, what good is a shotgun without reliable ammo? Turn around and you'll find this safe. Input the code 0526 and you'll be able to pick up the shotgun shells fabrication plan. This is the blueprint needed to print a box of 12 shells at any of the fabrication devices you find on Talos 1. The nearest one is on the 3rd floor in Morgan's office. The next weapon to find feels like a silly Easter egg, but it's actually very useful. Once you've reached Morgan's office, you can hop out of the window and cross the room using the hanging rail. On the right side, you'll find the sales division. Be careful, there is a phantom in there. Once he's dealt with you can look behind Kelly Randolph's desk to find the Huntress Boltcaster. This children's toy may only fire foam missiles, but they have their use. They make enough noise to distract enemies, good for sneaking past or for luring them towards explosive fuel tanks. Even better, it can be used to activate buttons and touch screens. If you pop down to the 1st floor of the lobby, you can gain access to the Psychotronics entrance by shooting the door controls through the crack in the glass. Just don't rely on those foam pellets when the alien army is descending on you, yeah? Prey becomes a lot more fun and experimental once you start unlocking some new powers. Thankfully, the opening lobby area is absolutely rammed with hidden Neuromods. We found 22 that you can collect before activating the video in Morgan's office. Here's a rundown of where they can be found. Head into the exhibit room on the right-hand side of the 1st floor lobby and you can swipe a Neuromod from inside the glass case. Turn around in exhibit hall and you'll see an alarm bell on the wall. This is actually a hidden safe. To open it, you need to hit it with a wrench 3 times. Just jump and whack it to find the hidden stash. Next up, head to the security office where you broke in to find the shotgun and look down the left side of Elias Black's desk. You'll find a suitcase with a whopping 4 mods inside. The next one is easy to find. Once you access Morgan's office, use the code 0451 on the door. You'll find a box of 3 Neuromods on his desk. Swipe them. The next set of mods is found in the same office where you got the Boltcaster. Look at the desk opposite Kelly's and you'll find a box of 4 Neuromods. You know what to do. If you've collected the Boltcaster and used it to access Psychotronics as outlined earlier in this video, you can break into the safe with Hacking Level 2 to find 4 Neuromods. Yes, it costs 4 Neuromods to unlock Hacking Level 2, but we feel it's worth it for the access it grants elsewhere. With Hacking Level 2 unlocked, you can also break into IT security on the 2nd floor on the left and find a Neuromod in the cupboard in the back office. The last two items are both hidden in the Trauma Center. You can gain access with the keycard found on the ground floor bar. You do have to deal with the strong, fiery phantom inside, but we feel it's worth the hassle. You can neutralize this particular pest with a null wave transmitter. It knocks out his deadly fire attacks and makes him much more susceptible to a few shotgun blasts to the face. When he's taken care of, you can find the Neuromod on the body on the operating table. Finally, head to Matthias Cole's office and use his computer to reset the behavior test. Now, take the test and enter the following answers to unlock a hidden safe. Pick the answer A, then C, then B, then A, and finish off with C. The safe appears on the opposite wall with 3 more mods inside. That should give you enough to get started with. Talos 1 is full of shiny trinkets just begging to be pilfered. As such, it's not long before your pockets begin to fill up. The key to avoiding a full inventory, surely the most annoying moment in any RPG, is to make regular use of the recycler machine. This breaks unwanted junk down into more manageable material cubes, which can then be used to build new objects in the fabricator machine. As a general rule, whenever you pass a recycler, it's good to drop in all of your junk. You can just activate the bin on the left of the machine and hold X to transfer all your junk. We'd also add most food and drink to the mix. Most only grant tiny bumps in health compared to proper medkits. We also recommend increasing your inventory space early on in the game. This costs 3 Neuromods, 1 to buy repair level 1 and then 2 to buy suit modification. Suit modification also lets you add extra chips to your suit. Think of these as bonus buffs that can help improve your odds of survival. And while we're on the subject of recycling and items, you will soon come across recycler charges. These are grenades that transform objects into raw materials. Handily, they work on objects too big to normally put in the machine, things like furniture and props. To make the most of the few charges you have, you should bundle big piles of props in the environment. Yes, it'll take a while and will leave the remaining humans with few places to sit down, but it's better than wasting the charge on a smaller item. In your early unpowered hours on Talos 1, you're going to find enemies eating through your health bar again and again. The space station is home to some hefty weaponry, but many require upgrade kits before you can take down stronger enemies or larger groups. One easy way to start evening the odds is to use your stealth bonus. Crouching puts you into stealth mode and makes it harder for enemies to spot you. You can tell when they're becoming aware by the blue bar filling above their heads. When you haven't been spotted, your first attack gains a 150% attack bonus, which, depending on the weapon, can help kill most enemies in an instant. When mimics are in their object form, they can be killed with one shot from a silenced pistol, while a surprise blast of a shotgun will leave most phantoms so weak you can finish them off with a wrench swing. Of course, in busier areas, you don't get the chance to get the drop as often. When larger gunfights break out, the glue gun is your friend as it can freeze enemies in place and give you more time to focus on thinning the crowd. As such, we recommend pumping your weapon upgrade kits into the glue gun, boosting the incapacitation rate and range as a priority, as they will stretch your ammo further and allow you to keep at a safe distance from those alien tentacles. It's clear that things have gone horribly wrong on board Talos 1. We've not seen crew looking this terrible since the aftermath of the Xbox On Christmas party. Yes, all your space buddies may be dead, but it would be an awful shame if you were to just let their useful items go to waste. Rifling through the pockets of the dead should be the first thing you do in any new area. Just don't rely on the bodies in plain sight. Talos 1 is full of nooks and crannies where staff try to hide themselves away to avoid alien attacks. You always want to be looking behind objects for hidden vents and using your climbing skills and the glue gun to get into the ceilings. There's also one great trick to make the search much easier. At any of Talos 1's security stations, you can use the computer to check the crew roster. This is a list of every character in the game. They are marked with a tick if you've already found the body. Even better, you can mark any of the crew on your HUD to make it easier to track down those hidden bodies. The best thing to do is to run your eye down the location column and look for people in the same area as you, then just press X to mark anybody as an objective point. You'd be surprised how many bodies are hidden in each area. Those that are better hidden can hold precious items like Neuromod injections, so do hunt them down. There's also an achievement for finding them all. Best luck with that. Even with your growing arsenal, the earliest hours in Prey can be some of the hardest. It's not until you start unlocking the alien powers that you can really take the fight to bigger enemies, but you can even the odds by harnessing Talos 1's defenses. The obvious tools are the gas canisters and gas pipes. The canisters will explode when shot or can be thrown with the leverage power, turning them into a handy missile. Gas pipes can be shot to create flame traps, particularly useful if you're trapped in a tight corridor. Just use the glue gun to seal the flames later. When you reach the lobby, you'll find machine gun turrets on every floor. These can be picked up and deployed wherever you want and can provide the backup fire during trickier encounters. Obviously, it can be hard to predict where enemies are going to appear. If you die in a certain spot, you can reload and carry a turret towards it for a better chance second time round. For protecting yourself against unknown threats, we recommend placing turrets in places where you can bottleneck enemies. Doors are an obvious example. Place 2 turrets outside and then all you have to do is sprint back to the door at the first sign of trouble to draw enemies into a deadly ambush. Aliens are quick to destroy turrets. You can fix them by unlocking the level 3 repair power, but that's quite a chunk of Neuromods for a niche power this early in the game. We also recommend hijacking the operators, the small robots that are introduced in the hardware labs area. The corrupted operators can be hacked to turn them to your side, though it requires level 3 hacking, a skill we unlocked using all the Neuromods we gathered from the lobby. Before you can hack, you need to incapacitate them. This is where the stun gun you picked up comes in use. One charge from this will neutralize the robotic pests. Alternatively, you can smother them with the glue gun, bringing them down to earth with a bump. Either way, you just need to approach them to hack and you'll have a flame-spewing bodyguard. Until something nasty destroys them. So those are my 7 killer tips and tricks for Prey. What's great about this game is that you can really play it any way you want, so do be sure to let us know about any amazing tricks or power combinations that you found whilst playing. If you like this video, make sure to check out our other Prey content and give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Xboxy goodness.